Hello, 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 I am Valeris, but you can call me Val, because Val is easier to remember and Valeris is, too long to type. How are we on this fine day, evening, night, whatever time it may be for you? My DM, my lovely dungeon master, who is very cool, very epic, I'm not saying these things because he's gonna watch this video, told me that I need to post on YouTube more, and I haven't posted in a year. I haven't posted in a year. So here we are. I'm drawing my D&D character. I also put on my best dead boy Caelric fit to match my dude. The art here that is getting drawn as we speak. I'm not wearing any specific sort of fancy pants. I don't have white pants. I'm just wearing normal fucking shorts. I did crochet this shirt though. Very cool, very epic. This drawing took 22 hours. By 22 hours I mean the footage that I recorded is 22 hours long. The drawing took 17 hours, so 5 of those hours was me zoning out and fucking drawing this because I really didn't want to. I've just been so not motivated to do a lot of things, so here we are, forcing myself to do it. So enough of my preamble rambling. The brushes that I used will be somewhere, probably the start of the video, if I didn't forget any. If I did, you'll see them flickering at the side. I think that's all I had to say. I have not been entirely honest with you all, and you deserve honesty to decide whether or not you wish to place your trust in me as we proceed forward. Caelric, Malvoris, Romina, Eris, Osmund. It means the unlucky one who will triumph over ill fortune and strife, purified with divine protection. That name did not serve me well in life, and nor has it served me in death. I was a professor at Tri-Saint Castle for 2 years. That was not a lie. Before a series of unfortunate events that led to my murder. I do not know why they chose me. It could have been anyone, but I suppose a human scholar is an easy target. Cael is an Order of the Mutant Blood Hunter. Not by choice, particularly. I feel like if he did have a choice in any sort of class, he would have been a grave cleric, made with the purpose by his master to bring about death. And to match the Blood Hunter flavor text of becoming a monster and the whole going through these rituals to impose this darkness upon yourself that matches the beast that you hunt, he is a soul stitch, which is an undead construct. It is a homebrew race which originated on Tumblr, I believe. There's not many forum sites for this specific thing, but I will put a link to like the doc that I'm using. Spelling mistakes and all, but I found it on Yield Internet, which the race is essentially a flesh golem with some extra fun things. So, unlike flesh golems, which get their souls from lesser elementals, soul stitches get their life force or life essence from souls that are drawn into their mutilated bodies from the Shadowfell. So they gain the intelligence and the traits and proficiencies of the souls that were drawn into them, and some of the trait stuff in specifics, like I don't have like the sheet up so I can't say it, but you can get like fun things like you can remove your eyeball. You can be made up of multiple souls, so you can choose to gain proficiencies from certain souls as like temporary things. You can remove body parts if that's a trait that you have. You can be lifelike, but like flesh golems and all undead, I believe. Do vampires gain health from healing spells? He doesn't gain health from healing spells. So his way of healing is electricity, very much like Frankenstein's monster adjacent. So your electrified frame, which means your body absorbs lightning damage and heals you with it. Depends what soul stitch rules you're using, because there are like 2. One of them is straight up like the flesh golem lightning absorption, and the other one is for every 10 hit points of lightning damage, you can expend a hit die to regain health. I don't know what rules we're using for Cael. I believe it might be lightning absorption. He, again, is a blood hunter that does not wish to carry out his master's wishes and seeks to rid her control over him. In my shallow, fleeting breaths, a guardian angel, as I so naively thought, promised me another chance at life. And I did not wish to bleed out in that frigid mountain snow. Life was finally going my way, and I could not leave. Who wants to die? She repaired my desecrated corpse with a mosaic of flesh from the other hundreds or so bodies that she had collected. And she gave me these powers. Any recollection of what I did for her and her organization is a blurred vision of red. The memories are so fragmented. But I know she did not control me. Any atrocities I caused were my actions alone, and I guess I sympathize with these cultists. I know how these leaders work, how they get under your skin, how they make you feel. Part of me feels as though if we cannot save them, then I too am well beyond the redemption that any of the gods can offer. Perhaps that would be a fair assessment. It has been a year since I last saw my master, but her honeyed words follow me everywhere. A whisper in the wind, it's faint, but with every life that I take, each drop of blood that I spill, every time I use my God's forsaken blood curse, she grows louder and more intrusive. It is only a matter of time before Caelric's hourglass runs out. So a lot of his like blood hunter kind of monstrous side stuff is more like this constant voice of her almost trying to bring out a lot of this like animalistic impulses. He is very averse to blood, but it's not in... It is in the way that like he gets violently ill and throws up, but it's not at specifically blood, it's more his reaction to it, and he doesn't like it. And I do have stuff that I can read from it. It is almost this animalistic urge. The elation I feel, the euphoria of tragedy, it reminds me that I am not human anymore. And it makes me sick. I disgust myself. I cannot be trusted to read my stuff. Cael moved to Tear That Mountain in his 20s. where he spent 3 to 4 years studying a lot of beasts and monsters because they really fascinated him growing up, and he almost envied them to a point of obsession. Envied their lifestyle, envied their behavior, their lack of self-awareness, their lack of outside expectations, and he wanted that kind of freedom. So he immersed himself in these tales of grand monsters that could destroy civilizations. And I do not know when, but the pain subsided, resonating in a dull pressure. It gave way for a crescendo of sorts that painted the sky above in countless visions of the past. Perhaps only a matter of seconds flew by for the universe, but it felt like an eternity had been painted on that blue, bright canvas. For the briefest moment, I had never particularly considered myself spiritual, but I felt it. The call of the gods to return home. The rest they promised that awaited my weary soul behind that blinding light. And I wish I had joined them in that moment. But his virtues are much more fitting of like a grave cleric, and hoping to take him on that path, kind of. I can't say too much about it, but his name very much foreshadows the grave cleric thing. Unlucky one who will overcome misfortune and strife. Who will triumph over misfortune and strife, purified with divine protection. What sort of cat would Cael be? Why the fuck did I just think of a hairless cat? No! God, I hate hairless cats. I don't have much to say about his overall design. I've drawn it a lot. I mean, maybe a few things have changed here and there. He's just supposed to look scholarly, kind of rich. Not so much rich anymore, but like rich, scholarly, family comes from wealth, family kind of fucking sucks. The flowers in his hair aren't supposed to be roses, but it's supposed to be fire blossoms, which is specifically like a Neverwinter flower, which doesn't necessarily make sense in DM's campaign, but they his past lover, because that was like his favorite flower. And he has them in his hair. He has a bird skull in his hair, which I was just put there because I'm like, he studies monsters. I need something that's like a kind of a little bit more morbid to put in his hair. So he has a bird skull, which also ties in with a design for Homegirl, which I am not going to show you because I haven't sent it to my DM, and I probably should. His whole left arm is kind of fudged. His left arm is an assorted mess of intertangled skins from various sources, collaged together in a patchwork over muscles that don't belong there. If it weren't so crude, the level of dedication its maker put into it would almost be inspiring. He wields daggers, which is kind of not a good weapon, but I honestly have been seeing videos of like meteor hammers and knife ropes. Rope darts. They're called rope darts, Val, not knife ropes. And I've been so tempted to just message DM like, how do you feel about meteor hammers and knife rope dart? But I don't want him have to deal with like more fucking homebrew shit for my character, but also meteor hammer and rope dart, kind of fucking sick. Kind of want to learn how to use a meteor hammer, which I needed to get exercise, so like I might take up trying to swing a fucking meteor hammer. I do kind of want to, in a way, try to incorporate the whole flesh golem thing with when they take significant damage, they kind of lose control a little. I have kind of done that with not necessarily when he takes damage, but when he witnesses things that would make him... Every guy in our party, every male character in our party needs therapy. They need therapy. Cael needs antipsychotics. I think I've rambled enough. I've rambled for 40 minutes, so we'll see how much of this gets cut out. Thank you for watching. I don't know if you'll ever see my face again. Maybe for another 2, 3, 1 years. I'm probably not going to do a face cam again, because people on Twitter... If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It's fucking gross. Anyway, I've rambled for so long. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did not, that's an issue I can't solve for you, and maybe you should get that fixed. Potentially. I don't know, I'm not your mother. Bye.